Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Reese from C Manga and welcome to my review of Area D Chapter 60, Eclipse Prison 4. So, the chick from last week, I thought that she used some sort of powers or something to kind of like break open the door. Turns out she used gunpowder to break open a wall. Where the hell did she get gunpowder from? Seriously, it's like, if they would have imprisoned her, surely they would have taken away anything from her unless they thought, oh yeah, Eclipse is there, therefore they have no abilities, therefore we don't even need to check them and just chuck them in there. It's like, that's pretty negligent guarding on the guard's part, you know. Seriously, it's like they could have had like a knife on them to like whittle open the door or some crap like that. But anyway, I'm guessing that this girl was probably Luna's sister because obviously, you know, they're looking for someone and they do have a bit of resemblance between the two, so that must be who she is. Anyway, the guy, obviously they're there like, you know, her and, oh god, I can never remember the guy's name. But anyway, they're there like obviously chatting away, trying to think of a way to break out. Then the guards start coming past, and it's like, what I'm surprised about with the guards is the fact that they actually look pretty normal. They all just seem like normal humans, you know. They don't really seem like altered unless the Eclipse is kind of like suppressing their altered form, kind of like, you know, how it was with Professor Wally. He looked normal, then suddenly Eclipse wore off, and then he looked like a friggin' alien from Mars Attacks. So yeah, I thought was kind of, yeah, that must be what it is, because I thought that obviously Ray transformed everyone once they joined his faction, you know, kind of, well, we saw it in the flashback, you know, when he changed all them soldiers into altered. So I guess he's done something like that to all the guards. He must have, because obviously, anyone, why would he keep normal people in his faction, you know? It doesn't really make too much sense. Anyway, Kaito's group finally arrives at the amusement park, and some more comedy, and just more comedy with it, you know. Professor Molly, he is a funny guy. I honestly do not know how he did it, but he somehow convinced both all the girls and even Kaito to dress up in like sailor suits from some super awesome Sailor Academy anime thing. You know, the guy is a friggin' Otaku Perv. He's just crazy. I think all that isolation on his own turned him a bit nuts. So yeah, anyway, time for these guys to do basically like, you know, a nice little stealthy break-in. Goz's dudes, they decide to kind of like, yeah, we're going to become a distraction for you guys to break in. I did not realise they were that friggin' huge. It's like, I know we've seen like a few shots of them, so okay, I thought that was just a bit out of perspective, but they are friggin' giants. They're like giant 7-foot monsters. It's like, I don't get it. The guy with the big head, he used some sort of like ability to be able to see like where all the soldiers are. I'm not too sure what he changes into. From the way his eyes kind of looked, I would have said some sort of like bug type creature, you know, something like to that kind of effect. Only because like the way his eyes looked, you know, he had the whole little crosshatch eyes, and only really bugs have them. So yeah, wonder what he turns into. Anyway, after this, obviously the group breaks up into two groups. So you have Rio and Enki, they go one way, and Kaito and Mariko, they go the other. Professor Molly, again, more comedy from this guy. He obviously wants to go with the girls because, you know, he's a friggin' perv. It's like he's there, like, you know, trying to grab him and everything, and obviously they're punching him back in the face, stamping on him, and the guys are just like, please, yeah, stamp on me more, I love it. This guy just has some issues. Seriously, all the isolation on his own, it has seriously messed him up big time. So yeah, now next focuses on Kaito and Mariko. Obviously, those two are there going, they end up getting caught. Well, they don't get caught, they get seen. Mariko's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like, you know, you go ahead, I'm gonna like hold him off. And Kato's like, no, obviously it's because of like, you know, she looks like his sister, he wants to protect her, because obviously he couldn't protect his own sister. So, you know, those kind of like residual feelings must be breaking through a lot. But what's kind of nuts is that it seems like Mariko's kind of growing a heart more the more like she's interacting with Kaito. It's kind of weird why how this is happening, but I do have a little theory with this. Basically, I'm thinking that whatever ability was used to kind of like bring her back to life, the person might not have fully known the full extent of their ability. So maybe it's actually kind of fully resurrecting her, you know. So first it does the body, and then it does like organs and all that stuff, and then now maybe emotions are coming in, because it's not like she's an android, you know. She was actually a living person before, she was just a zombie. So obviously all her emotions are still there, just not fully accessible. So yeah, that pretty much ends that chapter, you know. A nice little break-in. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen next, you know, who they're going to run into. What if once the Eclipse war's off, I wonder what's going to happen there, you know, like, because then obviously everyone's got their abilities back, and then that's going to be like all out war. We get to see exactly what Ray's people can do, and to see if that my little theory with that is actually correct, whether the Eclipse is actually making them look all normal, or whether they actually are normal, you know. It's like a nice little thing to know there. So yeah, guys, that pretty much ends this chapter here from me. You know the usual. Let me know what you guys thought of this chapter and just what you think of how Area D is going at the moment with your comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a little thumbs up. Really helps the series. Let people see it. You know, recommend it to people. And also, don't forget to check out the channel for whatever else we've got lying around. You know, so I'll catch you next time.